Hey everybody, welcome to the Boston Key Party. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Since this is the first video, let's get to know each other a little bit, right? Let me tell you what this channel is going to be about, and that way you can kind of see what the plans are for the homestead. So this channel, the Boston Key Party, is going to be predominantly about our new home. I am a researcher. I'm a scientist more generally, but if I need to be specific, I'm a biomedical researcher, and I'm also getting my PhD. But during the pandemic, me and my fiance decided to buy this house, our very first house. It's a gorgeous little cape. It's got all the bells and whistles that we wanted, but it's also a fixer-upper. So there's tons of projects around the house that we'll be getting to, and I figured, why not bring you along with us? So while we get to know each other, I'm just gonna drink my coffee, eat my quesitos. If you're ever interested in some of the recipes I make, you can follow me on Instagram, Cooking with Kilani. That is where I like to post all of the eats that I make, but this channel will not really be about that at all. So to start, let me show you, well, first, coffee purifies the soul. First, let me show you where we started a few weeks ago. So we finished our floors. We did all of the floors on the first floor, and because of that we had to live upstairs, because when you finish hardwood floors it takes about 5 to 7 days to do the finish, and then it takes another week to cure. So our life was kind of in chaos for a bit, but we just got it back to normal. So this is a good time for you to join us. Before that happened, I started making a little rough graph. This is a bad image. Let me see if I can show you in a separate shot. But I started to graph out what seeds I had and what seasons that they're going to be grown in. So this is in no particular order. Again, I'm bringing you along with me as we get our homestead set up. So all I did today, I woke up early, I straightened up, and I found all the seed packets that I could around the house. So we are going to see what seeds we have to plant around the homestead, which ones do we still need to buy, and then which ones maybe can be co-planted, like codies, but with plants, because some of them are beneficial for others. This is a type of planting that's commonly used in permaculture, so we'll see if we can't implement that with some of these plants. Because they're screaming out to me on this table right now, I'm going to grab the ones that I gathered a long time ago that I just found today. Orange jack-o'-lantern pumpkin seeds. These are not dated. Thanks a lot, Kiki from the past. No idea if they're moldy or if they're, I put them in a paper bag so they'd be breathable. No, they still look good. You see? Yeah. I think we'll be planting these this year, but probably no later than this year. If I don't plant some of them, I think I'm going to throw them away. They're at least 2 years old. Spaghetti squash. I don't know why, sorry, it's really windy. Don't know why I held on to these for 2 years. Spaghetti squash is one of the easiest seeds to get. We eat it all the time. So I might toss these. Well, let me take a look. If they're in good condition, again, maybe I use them, but unnecessary. The major benefit to using these is that these were when I was still shopping at Whole Foods. This is when I lived in the Boston, like in the heart of Boston and Fenway, and I was eating at Whole Foods all the time. So I was collecting seeds from those foods because I figured, I know they're non-GMO, I know they're organic, like it's guaranteed to give me a healthy crop. And since I study the microbiome, my gut health is a really, really big important part of my life. And yeah, see, these look okay too. But You see? Yeah. I think I will plant these as well. Not too shabby. Good job. Kiki from 2 years ago. So I try really hard to get seeds of foods that I would like to grow for myself, but maybe can't afford to buy all of the time. Not to say that we can't afford it, but I like to save money where I can. I'm very frugal. You'll see that on this channel. So if there's ever a way for me to live life to the fullest without having to break the bank, that's usually what I like to do. Got some red bell peppers. Just got those in the last 2 months. Yellow bell peppers. Coyote squash. I did not know that you could grow coyote squash in the Northeast. So I am in the Boston area. I think I said that already. If I didn't, hello, I am in the Boston area, hence the Boston Tea Party. And coyote is always considered like a tropical gourd for me, personally. That's where I usually find it, is in the Latin stores, where most of the produce in those areas, like yuca, yautía, are usually associated with the Caribbean. So I never assumed that I could grow coyote squash in the Northeast, but recently I found out that I can. It just needs to be in a container, so we'll see how that works. I'm not a huge fan of container farming. I'm just not. We have an acre of land. I'd really like to use it, and I'd really like to minimize the number of pots that I'm like dragging in and out of the house. So if there's maybe 1 or 2 plants that I'm planting in a pot, because that's how it needs to be in this zone, which is zone 6B, I'll do it, but maybe no more than like 1 or 2, and we'll even see with that. Like, if it doesn't work out, sorry coyotes, I'll just buy them from the grocery store. Finally, I got some tomatoes on the vine. Very standard. Now these packets I found somewhere today. I've been cleaning a lot this morning. I can't remember where I found these, but I'm pretty sure I've had these for 4 or 5 years. I don't know. Do they have a date on there? Sell by December 2020. You know what I think I might do? I think I might, so this is spinach, this is carrots. I think I might try to germinate these on like a paper towel and see if they germinate. If they do, and I'll only do a couple of each because, I mean, there's a good amount of each. I'll only do a couple though, because for these you need to direct seed. Carrots you should not transplant. You need to like put the seed where it's going to stay, otherwise the shaft of the carrot will get really bent and wiggly, and you don't want that. But the spinach too, I think I'm going to germinate these on a paper towel. I'm going to see if they're still germinating. If there's very few or none germinating, I'll get new packs of this. And this isn't really skin off my back. I wasn't planning on finding these packs, so it's kind of like an added experiment for me. I am a scientist, right? So we got sweet corn, and every single one of these packs I got for 40% off moving forward. So everything else I bought from a store. I bought from Ocean State Job Lot. I love Ocean State Job Lot. If you are in the South and you do not have an Ocean State Job Lot, I truly feel for you. I hope they have a sister store that does something similar. But Ocean State has like this amazing way of being ahead of the game. They will put things out months before other stores will put them out. They started putting out seed packs in November, December, and then I went back last week, so still January, and they already had all their greenhouses out, all their fluorescent bulbs out. They had the shelving. They had like 8 different varieties of the 20-pound bags of potting mix. Like, it was crazy. So I stocked up. I did, because again, all of these seed packets are still 40% off. B, just because they're in stock does not mean they're going to be in stock for long. In fact, where we moved into the suburbs just outside of Boston, pretty much everybody is doing some sort of homestead situation on their property, which we loved. That's why we moved to this town. But because of that, it's likely that the different trays and the potting, cups are going to be gone. I tried something new this year. Let me stop with those seeds for a second and just show you this. I tried something new this year. Don't judge me. Well, you don't know what I was doing before, so this is new to you. So don't judge me anyway. I made these little potting pots with newspaper. You just roll them around the base of a wine bottle, and then you securely tuck the base. And basically what the intention is that you can directly transplant the entire pot into the ground where you plan on putting these plants. I am told, and I did my research, and apparently sometimes this is true, that these little flimsy newspaper pots will somehow magically make it to the moment where you have to transplant them into the ground. I don't know how likely that is. Personally, they seem flimsy AF. But we'll see. We'll try it out. I will report back, or you'll watch me do it, right? Again, first video. No idea what you do and don't want to know, but please comment down below if this is helpful for you, or if you have any tips for how to move forward. In the meantime, let's continue with these seed packets. So I have a side forest on the side of my property. It's about a 1/4 acre. That's just a stretch of trees that is uncultivated. We don't plant grass seed there. We don't mow there. It's just like if you were to go on a nature hike and you would see all the composted leaves and twigs and everything there, and it looks beautiful. That's kind of how it is. We keep it maintained, but we're not cultivating that space. However, I am going to plant plants there that could thrive in that space. So right along the edge, which is where our driveway is confronted with the sun. So the sun comes up from the east, and then the front of this side forest is kind of looking at the sun, and then it will set behind it. So I think that's enough time with direct sunlight to grow corn. Corn is a full sun plant. It needs 6 or more hours, preferably 8 hours a day of sun. I believe I will be able to provide that on the side forest. Additionally, being that it is a forest setting, I think I will be able to plant a lot of these all over the place. Also, I feel like an idiot. I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but I buy Amish popcorn. I love Amish popcorn. If you buy the variety packs of Amish popcorn, which are inherently organic and not, irradiated, because some stores do that. I don't know if you know that. If you buy popcorn kernels or any sort of seed of any sort that you might want to plant on your own, depending on the company, they might irradiate them so they won't be useful for you. Amish popcorn you can plant directly into the ground. So I have like 5 varieties of corn that I could also plant with this sweet corn. So we will see how that works out. I don't even know why I bought this. Like, I could have just went into my popcorn stash and done it that way. But it's fine. I only spent $2.50. Very, very small out-of-pocket expense for that. Coffee break. Okay, moving on. Sugar snap peas. Pretty standard. These also need full sun. And what I had started to do is I bought stencils from Mr. Penn, architect stencils, and I graphically laid out the landscape and the location of the home and the driveway so that I can start planning the planting locations in my backyard. I know that they make apps where you can sort of do it digitally, and you can keep track of which plants need to rotate and all of these things. But me personally, I'm a visual person. I'm a pen and paper person. I love to write things, and I love to be creative. So as soon as that map is done, I'm going to show you. So far, I've already planned out where we're putting the fence. Yes, you heard that right. This is an acre of land, no fence anywhere, and we are thinking of getting a puppy, so it needs to be like yesterday. We did start planning out where we're going to put our berry bushes. So once that starts to come together, you will be present for it, and I think you'll really like it. More red bell peppers, $1.97 for those, but they're not organic. Whereas these that I collected from a bell pepper that I ate, I know is organic. So there you go. Bunching onions. So these are, these provide two different crops, basically. After 60 days, let me see if I can find it. Baby scallions in 60 days, and then full-size green onions in 120 days. Okay, so that's good, but I want something better. I want the bulb onions that you can also cut off the green tops too and use that as green onions. So these are bunching onions that do not bulbify at the base. I thought they did, they don't. So that was, I got my face. I'm gonna have to go and find a different variety that gives me both, because that's kind of what I was hoping for, to be honest, is a 2-for-1 crop. But these will be fine. I mean, we love green onions. I probably won't plant a lot of them though, because I'm going to be getting the ones that provide the onion bulb. So, and we really don't use green onion that much, usually with Asian cuisine and soups. So that'll probably last us a while. We have celery, I think, you know, pretty self-explanatory. We have more carrots, so if that other pack that I found from like 5 years ago doesn't work, we're all set. Bok Choy, or baby bok choy. I love Asian cuisine. We love making it in the Boston area. If you're not from the Boston area, tons of Asian influence. Chinatown here, I believe, feel free to fact check me in the comments if I'm wrong. I believe the Chinatown in Boston is the second biggest Chinatown in the country, exceeded only by the San Francisco Chinatown, and then New York is a close third. So very, very big Asian influence out here. Personally, I am Puerto Rican, so I love Latin cuisine. Asian cuisine is not too far off. Okay, they use slightly different oils and sauces, but for the most part, excellent flavors, rice-based dishes. It's very similar to how I make my Latin cuisine. So baby bok choy, I'm all over it. Plus the climates in a lot of the Asian countries are similar to the Northeast here. So I feel like if I try to plant some of the plants that are specific to Asian cuisine, that they might grow well here. We'll see. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. So 2 approaches to lavender. We'll see. I found this 75% off. It's just lavender wheat. Found it at the Home Depot. It was like, I don't even know, 25 cents, 50 cents. But it has lavender stalks and it has wheat in there too. I don't think I'm gonna plant my own wheat. Like, let's just be real with each other. But I had already bought this lavender pack for $1.67 because it was 40% off of the original price. So I'm not sure which lavender is going to work out better. Judging by the picture, it looks like it's the exact same. Like, does it matter? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to plant both. This is actually going to be part of the front of my house. So what I'm trying to do as part of my permaculture movement is plant plants that are useful to me besides just looking pretty. So in the front of the house, I'm planning on having some herbs such as lavender, chives, because chives have these beautiful purple flowers at the top. Hold on, too many things in my hands. These beautiful purple flowers. I mean, you just can't beat it, right? So if I can have the chives and the lavender and maybe some basil, right, in the front of the house, I think that it will make it look very cohesive, as though a florist or a nursery, as though I went to a nursery and bought these beautiful ornamental like varieties and then planted it in front of my house. But what's great about these is that they are perennial. So they're going to grow back every year. That's the hope anyway, right? They should grow back every year, and so it should be just be a one and done plant. The only thing I'm gonna have to do is keep up with it, make sure that one of them doesn't invade the space of the other, and that's simple. I'm fine with that. I'm not worried. Tomatillos. Can't make salsa verde without tomatillos, and I love myself some green salsa. Let's just say it right now. I have a tried and true recipe that I have used since, gosh, I don't even know how long. I think I originally got it from Gina Homolka, the author and creator of Skinny Taste. And then I changed it a few times, to be spicier and better in my opinion. But we use the base of Gina Homolka's salsa verde recipe whenever we make it. And we've made it in a number of different occasions. We've roasted the tomatoes and the peppers, and the tomatillos and the peppers in an oven. We've put it in a grill. We've done it over a fire. Like, it is just delicious any way you do it. Just chef's kiss. It is amazing. Roma Tomatoes. Me and my fiance used to work in kitchens. Actually, one of the restaurants where I was a cook was where we met. That was over 10 years ago now. Oh, time. It'll sneak up on you. And Roma Tomatoes was pretty much exclusively the type of tomato that we would use because it's so meaty, right? To make a sauce, this is the tomato you want. Absolutely. No seeds. It's just delicious. Okay, moving on. I kind of went crazy with the gourds. Not sure why. I have almost a full calendar year, maybe like 8 or 9 months before I need to worry about these. But I have, so you saw my jack-o'-lantern seeds, my spaghetti squash seeds, adding to the collection. I have these. So this is small fancy gourds. I actually really like this. I think it's gonna look nice, especially during Thanksgiving, like in a little cornucopia. Am I gonna make my own cornucopia? Would you watch that? Put it in the comments if you would like me to make my own cornucopia. Jack B. Little pumpkins. What? They're so cute. I want to put these all over the place. When we moved here, it was September. We had 1 month before October. So yeah, I bought, a couple pumpkins and stuff, put it on my porch, try to make it look cute. But our house was still a hot mess, so I didn't really spring for a lot of decor for the fall seasons, which sucks because fall is actually my favorite season, and Halloween is actually my favorite holiday. You'll see, I'm a little creepy sometimes. But if I can grow my own, I could put them everywhere. I could put them on the dining table. I can put them on the kitchen island. I'm so happy about this. I could give them to my little sister. She's only 10, she's gonna be 10 years old. Like, it's gonna be great. And finally, winter squash. But look, it's a variety of winter squash. Right? I'm excited. I don't know. Only I would start planning for the fall of 2022 in January. It's unnecessary. Okay, I bought these because they look interesting. Look at this. I got this for like $1.09 or something. So like $1. Let's just call it $1. Lemon cucumbers? Have you tried these before? Please comment down below if you've tried these before and what you cook them in, because I've never seen these in my entire life. And believe you me, I am a vegetable connoisseur. I love looking for new vegetables, trying new things, cooking with new ingredients. Never in my life have I seen these before. I'm gonna grow them and I'm gonna try to cook with them. Something tells me they are going to be spectacular. But if you've tried them, tell me what I should expect. And wait, what are the seasons? Okay, so this zone I should start in May. It takes about 2 months to harvest, so we'll see. I'll let you know. Brussels sprouts. seems pretty standard. It's a late season vegetable, so it should take up to 110 days. Geez, 30, 60, 91. So just shy of 4 months. And if you plant it in August, September, October, November, December, these will be coming to harvest time in December. That's crazy. I wonder if you can leave them in the ground and maybe just pick them as you need to, or if they would rot. I feel like the stalk of Brussels sprouts is really like hardy, right? We'll see. Maybe that'll be another experiment that I try with you, right? Comment down below if you like these experiments, or just to say hi. We got some bib lettuce. I could not find romaine lettuce. I don't know what the deal is with that. I've looked multiple times. If you know where I can find romaine lettuce for a pretty cheap price, let your girl know. Leeks. We make a potato leek soup at least once every 2 weeks. I'm sorry, at least once a month, usually once every 2 weeks. We call it potato fleek soup. Okay, it's pretty spectacular. And we might have also stolen that original recipe from Gina Homolka, and then we changed it all. Like, I find myself doing that a lot. It might be because we were cooks. It might be because that's just what you should do with recipes, is take them as a winky face suggestion and then change it into something that you and your family enjoy. But I like to take a recipe, completely change it, or change parts of it that are going to make it more enjoyable for me, and then that becomes our family's recipe. That's just the way that we cook it, and that's it. I don't feel tethered to following somebody's directions, because that was the process that they used. I'm sure they tried out a few different recipes, made the tweaks, maybe did some sort of marrying of different recipes, and came up with this one, which they and their family love. Why not do that yourself, right? I have kale. I love kale. I also like making kale chips. Those are underrated, and I have a recipe that makes it not taste like butt. So if anyone wants some kale chips and is like, wow, they're $1 million for a 6-ounce bag, and every single bit of it is just crumbly confetti at the bottom of the bag when I open it, and it tastes like hot garbage, I feel you, I'm hearing you, and I respect you, and I would be happy to give you my recipe. So just let me know. Almost last but not least, Mammoth Sunflowers. Okay, listen, I've never really been a person who has been a sunflower person. You know, like, I've never needed to have sunflowers in bouquets. I've never been one of those people that visit sunflower fields and like take those cute photos there. It's just never been something that I felt strongly about, as strongly as I do about like apple picking, pumpkin picking. But spoiler alert, we are having our wedding on our property in October, and I had to find a way to completely rethink this whole landscape, which again is something that you guys are going to come along with me for. And one of the things I thought about was, well, it's really important to me when establishing a homestead that the plants don't just serve as something pretty to look at. They either need to attract pollinators, they need to repel certain insects and pests, or rabbits, or deer. They need to do something else. So I thought these mammoth sunflowers, which are like 10 feet tall? I don't even remember how tall they get. Sow seeds, firm lightly. I don't even remember how tall these get. Okay, these are not perennial, these are annual. So I will need to plant these every year. But they are like 10, 15 feet tall. They're huge. The head of them are like, I'm not kidding. They are humongous. And I thought, why not line the edge of my property against the side of the fence where my neighbor's fence is, which is a beautiful white fence. And then I also have these really, really tall, like 100-plus-year-old pine trees that are lining that fence as well. Wait, sorry, I'm having a glare bear moment. Hello. Okay, wait. Sorry about that. So these huge pine trees are interspersed, and then my neighbor's beautiful white fence, and then in between put these humongous sunflowers. I think that would make an amazing wall, like a feature wall, in my backyard for my wedding. So we'll see how this works out. And the best part is you can actually harvest the seeds. So win-win. And I could have birds be attracted to my property, which is great because we have a humongous mosquito problem. Like, it's crazy. Our property is on the edge of wetlands, so pretty much the whole summer it's like we need a lot of help with mosquitoes. If you have any tips or tricks on how to help with that, please let me know. I know either lavender or chives repels mosquitoes. I'm looking for other plants that, again, I can maybe plant around my house that makes it look beautiful, almost like in the place of shrubs or flowers, but that can repel mosquitoes. So please, 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 please help me. Thank you so much. And then finally, I got an organic herb set. Nothing crazy. Basil, dill, oregano, and parsley. Spices that I'm pretty sure we all use. So with that, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for looking at my seed packets, and hopefully for giving me comments down below. I really loved hanging out with you today as our first, hangout day. I'll work on the glare for future videos, but thank you so much. And if you like this video and you want to keep track of my future progress on our homestead, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.